Hi guys, it is week 15 and it's an important week because this week you guys are going to be doing your embedded assessment. Like I said, a lot of the stuff from last week can help you with your essay, so this shouldn't be too difficult, but I want you to reach out to me if you're struggling because I want to make sure you guys get a really great grade on this. It's definitely a big assignment. So first is Springboard Activity 2.23. Again, make sure you pay attention to what I have in the announcements and the examples because we do kind of veer from what it has in the specific Springboard activity piece of paper that you see online. So here's what we're going to do. This is going to help us wrap our head around all the different things we have seen in Tim Burton's cinematic techniques. So you're going to fill out this graphic organizer thinking of all the different film clips we watched. So we saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we saw Edward Scissorhands, Alice in Wonderland, Big Fish. You watched a film on your own, maybe you watched a different movie than one of those from Tim Burton's. So I want you to think about all those and think about what you saw, all right? I have all of those listed on our graphic organizer that I've got in the assignments for you. You don't need to fill out all of this graphic organizer, all right? I want you to pick 3 films and fill out those 3 columns, okay? So once you pick the 3 films that you want to look at, I want you to think about the framing. So the camera angles and that sort of thing is the framing. The lighting, the camera movements, the music or the sound, and then the editing. And you are going to fill in the techniques he used. So you're going to fill in that graphic organizer for 3 of those different movies, all right? That's going to help you get all of your ideas and all of your text on this graphic organizer, so then you can pull your text details from it. So you can tell me, like for the framing in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he used close-ups on Willy Wonka or something like that. So you can kind of put in your text evidence or the examples from the film in that graphic organizer and then refer to that as you're writing your essay, okay? Now, for the check your understanding, this is an important piece because this is going to be kind of the framework of your essay. It says, draft an analytical thesis statement that makes a claim about Tim Burton's style as represented by the effective use of cinematic techniques. So you kind of did this last week when you wrote down 3 cinematic techniques that are really evident in Tim Burton's work, all right? So you can tweak that a little bit. You can refer to your graphic organizer to see like, oh wow, he really did use this kind of lighting throughout all 3 of these films or whatever. So I want you to write your thesis down there, and this thesis becomes the framework for the rest of your essay, all right? So if you want to talk about his music, his lighting, and his framing or his camera angles, those 3 things in your thesis can become your 3 body paragraphs. So then your first body paragraph would be about the lighting he uses. Your second body paragraph could be about the camera angles he uses. And your third body paragraph could be about the music or the sound that he uses, all right? So your thesis statement sets up your 3 body paragraphs. All right, now, speaking of, you're going to write your essay, okay? So you've got your thesis. You need to add a little bit to your thesis to create an intro paragraph. So make sure your thesis is in your intro paragraph, but you're going to want to include some other introductory statements, maybe some questions for your reader. Introduce your topic in your introduction paragraph. Should be 3 to 4 sentences for your intro. Then you're going to do your 3 body paragraphs. And I want you to follow the same format that we've been using for your analytical paragraphs that you've been writing, all right? So you're going to have a topic sentence, 2 examples of text evidence where you tell me when specifically in a film he has used that cinematic technique. So if you're writing a paragraph on music, topic sentence is going to talk about how Tim Burton uses music for a specific purpose in his in such and such films. Your 2 text details are going to be 2 examples of that from 2 different film clips. Then you're going to have your 2 commentary sentences where you tell me what effect that had, how it made you feel, what mood it created, what it did for suspense, anything that it did, elaborating kind of on the effect that it had and how effective he was as a director when he used that cinematic technique. And then lastly, you wrap it up with a conclusion sentence. So you do that for each of your 3 body paragraphs. Then in your conclusion, I want you to restate your thesis and have some final thoughts about Tim Burton as a director and the cinematic techniques and the effects that he uses. He's definitely got a very unique style. So you could even kind of compare him and his techniques to other directors and tell me whether he's better or worse at creating certain effects for his viewer. All right, so 5 full paragraphs. All right, you can use a lot of the material that we've been using, and we've been practicing this a lot, so you should feel pretty comfortable. But if you don't, come talk to me and we can work through this together. All right, I'm here to help you out. I want to make sure you guys feel good about this and get it done and stay on track in this class. All right, so reach out if you need to, get those essays into me, and we'll see you next week when we start a new unit. All right, bye-bye.